let's go to Wesneski real quick. I just want to talk about
Yeah.
him for a second because
Let's dive in.
the bats were crazy. Wesneski started this game very rough, and he wasn't getting very many strikeouts. He was pitching to contact, which was good. He wasn't walking the guys at all, which allowed him to work deep into this game. But he would get 2 strikes on hitters, and he would have the slider hanging over the middle. He would have the fastball over the middle, and he was getting struck a little bit. And then some of that was just bad hitting on the A's part, in my opinion. And then don't let this guy get rolling. When he got rolling, then it's like, okay, all of a sudden he's back and he's feeling himself, he's strutting, he's doing his whole thing. And not to say he ever really got locked in. I think if you talk to Wesneski or if anybody, were to talk to him, which of course I know they are after the game, but I didn't watch any of that, at least to this point. He will tell you he didn't have his best stuff tonight. Like, he didn't. We've seen that slider. We've seen better command than that, even though he was not walking guys. We've seen command and control are 2 different things. He had control. He didn't have command and the sharpest stuff on his breaking pitch and all that. And so for him to battle through and get through 7 innings and with as low of a pitch count as he had, saving the bullpen, really, we got to see Brandon Hughes in a low leverage role instead of that high leverage, like it seemed like they were trying to avoid anyways the other day. So we got him to be able to avoid that.
Yeah.
Just all around, the game was just beautiful. Like, it played out exactly how you want it to play out because, we kind of talk about this stuff about being the learning type of moments with Wesneski, him having the battle test type of performances. Like, that is something that we can look at and be super happy and positive about, no matter what the outcome was. And I just gotta say, him going over 5.5 strikeouts put me over my K prop plus money. Just, give me a little pat on the back. Thank you, Ron. Thank you. Clean sweep on the board. If you're not following On Tap Bets, Beat On, I'm pretty sure, only lost like 1 bet tonight too. So you should be following On Tap Bets. Watch that show as well. But yeah, Ron, great night. Yeah. It was a quick plug, maybe not a quick plug, but a sick plug, maybe.
Always plug. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. If you're not following along with the On-Tap Bet, guys, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I don't know what to tell you. But, dude, I'm right there with you, I think, on Wesneski tonight, right? I love what you had to say there, right? Command and control are 2 different things. There's a reason there are 2 different keys on a keyboard of a computer. Like, a guy can control his shit and get the job done, but it's commanding it. And we talked about it, I think, a lot in 2022 with friend of the program, Justin Steele, right? You saw a lot of those starts kind of earlier in the year where he battled a little bit with the command and was still kind of working on maybe finding himself and what he was going to be as a starting pitcher. And then you saw what he became and what he is now. And now everybody in Major League Baseball is taking notice of a guy like Justin Steele.
Right? Even Kershaw, right?
Yeah, like the guys, I saw a video tonight from the guys over at the Just Baseball podcast, and by the name you can tell what the fuck they talk about. But they had a video, 3 pitchers that they were buying stock in. Number 1 was Justin Steele. He's got the best ERA in baseball since the All-Star break last year, and he's had a hell of a start to the year this year. Hayden Wesneski needed a start like this tonight. He really did. He needed a start where he didn't have his best shit, but he had to get through it. Because if he came out and didn't have his best stuff and got rocked, you and I would have been sitting here talking that he needs to go down to AAA and he needs to go figure it the fuck out. That's probably what the next step would be.
Right.
It would be very easy to say, hey, go down, work on whatever you got to go work on. And maybe that's still in his future. I'm not ruling that out. But this was exactly the way you could have asked this 3rd game to go, especially knowing that he didn't have his best stuff based on, you saw it in the 1st inning, right? He got beat up a little bit. They got that early run. He worked out of it, and then no further damage the rest of the way. I mean, it's really hard to get mad at 7 innings of 5-hit, 1-run ball with no walks and 7 Ks. That's really hard to get mad at. And yes, I get it. It's the Oakland Athletics. It's a bad lineup. Whatever the hell you want to say. These are still professional baseball players. If a guy doesn't have his best shit that day, you're still going to get hit.
Yep.
It happens all the time. So for the fact that he battled back, this is a confidence boosting game for Hayden Wesneski, and I think he really needed this one. And it's really, really nice to see because if we're being brutally honest, Joey, and we'll get deeper into it here in 10 minutes or so, but you've got the two best pitchers now coming up for the Cubs the rest of the way of this series. So for Wesneski to do what he did tonight, and to your point, right, save the bullpen, let Hughes get work in a very low leverage spot for his first, appearance of the year at the major league level. Merriweather closes it out just to get some work in the ninth. No biggie. Cubs don't walk a single batter tonight as a pitching staff. 9 total Ks, only 8 total hits, and just the 1 earned run. I mean, even beyond Wesneski getting what they got out of Hughes and Merriweather too, just to combine into it, like you said, man, it really felt like a perfect game for what they could have done. Like you said, coming off that Dodgers series, flying high, really easy to overlook the A's coming in on a Monday night. And instead they took care of business and they've set themselves up now for a really good outcome to this series.